Hello everybody. Don't mind Satine, she's having a little snack down there. Today's video, I just want to explain what it is before we just dive in and everyone's confused. I wanted to do a video where I went on Omegle and made strangers do ASMR, but then a lot of you pointed out Omegle is basically the worst place on the internet. It's very unsafe, and doing ASMR can be really hard when you're not prepared because a lot of mics will cut out sounds that are very quiet. So I was like, okay, what else can I do that's very similar to that idea, but a little bit on the safer side? So what I did was, on one of my personal private accounts, I posted and asked very generally, hey, would anyone like to be in an ASMR video? And I got so many replies from people from all across my life. Teachers, friends from elementary school, high school, college. I filmed for 12 hours. First of all, I got to catch up with everyone, which was so nice. And then I just asked people to do some ASMR. And as you will see, that ranges from 20 seconds to 20 minutes. And it turned out so awesome. Big shout out to Dennis for editing this video. Thank you to all of my friends and people in my life who came and filmed with me. This was a super fun and wholesome video to shoot. And I wanted to do a little experiment where I asked everybody in order to write a bedtime story for you, my viewers, one line at a time. At the very end of this video, you will hear that bedtime story one line at a time as those people came up with the story on the spot. It's a wild ride. So I'll go ahead and put timestamps in the description. Some people I intentionally left their names out, but other people do have a social media following, and I would love for you to check them out. So I will definitely post everybody's links in the description box. I just want to say thank you to everybody who filmed with me. I had so much fun. The ASMR varies greatly in this video, but it is all fantastic. And I don't know if I can ever pull this off again, so I don't know about a sequel, but I hope you enjoy this one. Let me know what you guys think. Here we go. So I'm not gonna say anybody's name because internet doxing and everything, but this is one of my teachers from high school. Thank you for coming. Did you think that I was gonna do anything quiet with my life? Did I strike you as somebody very quiet and calm?
Not once. Not once.
And you also taught gym class, and can you confirm that I was the most athletic person in the school?
The best, the finest.
I need to get that in confirmation on the internet. What I'm doing is asking everybody to bring an ASMR object or something that's relaxing so that we can do ASMR together. Okay.
So I'll start with this stuff. I have a coffee cup, and I honestly had no clue what you were looking for, so of course I make stuff up on my own. But my thought was, people wonder why I'm so happy and so pleasant in the morning.
You are very happy.
And it always boils down to my delicious cup of coffee. And it keeps me going the whole day.
Hello. We've come to our next ASMR victim. Yeah, you guys are victims today. This is Jackie. We met in college. And where are you right now? It looks very familiar.
I am in Washington, D.C. at the Washington Monument.
I can tell. Can you go tap on it for me? No, I'm just kidding. Do not do that.
I was like, I can try to run over there, but someone might get mad.
So you're in a public park right now, obviously?
I am, yes.
Do you think that you can do ASMR for me in public?
I don't see why not. Well, I have a couple of things in my bag. Let's see if I can make stuff work. So first. So I, of course, have a nail Instagram, and I always carry nail polish with me. Let's see if it makes any sounds.
Your nails look lovely today.
Thank you. So I've got nail polish.
It is actually so nice.
Also, as a journalist, I always carry a notebook, which has sound. I don't know if that works.
That actually sounds nice.
That's what I came prepared with. I don't know.
That was 10 out of 10. That was amazing. Please welcome in my audio goddess of a friend. We're gonna call her BORG. BORG.
Hello.
Yes. Hi. I'm curious, what is your experience and knowledge about ASMR?
You. And that's it. I had never heard of ASMR before you, and I have never watched any ASMR besides your videos. So, never.
Equipped with this vast knowledge, I would like you to give me your best ASMR performance.
I have a book next to me. It's my favorite book by my favorite author. It is Oscar Wilde's stories.
I love Oscar.
This is my Gibi impression. This is the picture of Dorian Gray.
Oh, I think I read that in high school.
I also have short stories in here. We have A Fisherman and His Soul. Some really, really great stuff.
That is lovely.
Thank you so much. I've learned from the best.
A single one of my videos.
I can't think of anything else I can do with this book.
You know what? That
So
was
this is-
perfect.
That's what we got.
10 out of 10.
Thank you.
All right, we're back, and I actually got some podcast software, so hopefully this looks a little better. This is one of my friends from college. We were in the same sorority. We look like sorority girls.
Yeah, we really do.
And that sorority is now dead. When we took it down.
Story time. I dismantled a sorority.
How are you?
I'm good. Should I be whisper talking also?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Give me your best ASMR voice.
Okay.
Do you listen to any ASMR, or are you like in the dark right now?
Completely in the dark. Completely. I only know a little bit of what I've seen from you, and that's it.
Did it surprise you that I do something calm and relaxing?
A little bit. It's like the duality of man, you know?
My family laughed at me. It's okay. Show me something that's on your desk right now.
Okay. On my desk right now, I have this coffee cup. It's full of treats for my dog. He is not in the room currently.
That's okay.
Whenever we're trying to lure him in here, we just go. That was right.
That was good.
I have this wrapper of migraine medicine. Just a little crinkly wrapper.
Let's hear those
Oh, the
crinkles.
crinkles, yes.
Music to my ears.
Crinkles. This is like not planned, honestly. I just keep an extremely messy desk.
I like it. That was good. Well done. You're well on your way.
I think Serena Williams endorses those pills, so we're basically the same.
Hashtag sponsored. All right, next up we have another film friend. You know, you might be able to tell a little bit from the quality.
Hey there.
Hello. How's it going?
I'm doing well.
I'm very curious what you know about ASMR.
I watched one of the videos yesterday in preparation for this, and I did feel like a little bit of the brain tingling thing.
You do a lot of music and audio work in general, so I feel like it's kind of a natural. What have you been working on?
I've been editing a couple documentary videos. I've got some music coming out Friday, actually, so that's next Friday.
I actually worked on a short film. You were the director.
You did, yeah. You were the AD. Do you remember that day we were shooting in the gym and we were running super, super late? You managed to keep us on track enough to get everything we needed.
I tried. I had to bully some people. I need you to put my viewers to sleep. I need you to give them some tingles because I can't do it today. It's all you.
So I need to put them to sleep. Maybe like I could tap on the leaves of one of those plants. Maybe wind through the plant. Just imagine you're out in a somewhat tropical environment. You hear a little ant. It comes to the base of the rubber tree. It's a pretty loud ant, as you can tell. And then you hear my landlord walking up in the room above me. There's a little rain, maybe. And you look out across the jungle, and for some reason there's a microphone in front of you and a camera. But that's okay. Everything is beautiful here. And you hear a phone vibrate, but that's beautiful too. How was that?
That was actually so good.
Well, thank you.
To the internet, I present one of my very, very best friends of all time. I'm not going to tell anybody your name. I don't trust the internet. I can just call you Goober.
Goober.
I remember one time, I don't think it was us, but we used to like stop to get food on the way home. And one time somebody got a whole cake.
Remember when you got in the wrong car after we got froyo? And we looked at the dashboard and realized it was like a middle-aged lady's car.
I don't think she saw us. What do you know about ASMR?
I know that it helps people sleep and helps their anxiety.
Do you ever watch it? Do you watch my videos?
No, I don't watch your videos. But I've watched videos before.
Do you remember who you watched?
No, I kind of watched a random one. It didn't really work for me, I don't think.
Can you do some ASMR for me right now?
Yes, I will try my best. You are getting very sleepy. And you are very relaxed.
I would just like to know, how many drinks have you had today?
Just one.
Keep going, please. You're doing a great job.
Thank you. I don't know what else to say, but I have the hand movements down.
I'm impressed by that. Usually nobody goes for the hand movements.
Am I good at ASMR?
No, sweetie. You always used to make me scratch your head. Like, well,
Yes.
if we were watching TV or something. That's ASMR.
Yeah, that is. I like that.
Playing with your hair, stuff like that. Like, that's super ASMR.
I make my boyfriend do it, but boys are bad at it.
Boys are... Do you think that I am suited to relax people and put them to sleep?
Honestly, I never would have thought it, but it's deep down inside you. I can see it now. I couldn't see it before.
Goob, that's all I need from you. You did great.
Yay! This is so fun.
Viewers, this is one of my really good friends from high school. I have beef with my high school currently.
Oh.
Apparently, one of our old teachers wanted to invite me in to talk to like a class about ASMR, and they told her that I wasn't allowed to come in because like they thought ASMR was like a sex thing or something. Catholic school.
Always the Catholic schools, man.
Catholic school.
I did this on the floor because I was like, I feel like a real YouTuber. I'm on the floor for my apology. I haven't even started my YouTube career, and I'm already...
Big brain. If I do my apology video now, get it out of the way. Do you watch a lot of YouTube?
Oh, yes.
Who do you watch? I'm so curious.
Well, I have to watch ASMR every night.
You do?
So I watch you. I love Sarah Lavender. She's my gal. And then like I also love just people like whispering and reading books, or whispering and just like talking about random stuff. So anybody that will just talk, like it's a 2-hour long whisper chat about gardening, I don't care. I'll listen to it.
Yeah. Wow. You know, I can actually tell. I'm like surprised, and then I like can actually tell just by the way like you're already talking into the mic. I've been calling people all morning and they're like screaming. I'm very excited actually now to see if you could give my viewers some ASMR.
So I love my nails, always have my nails done, but I found the cheese grater.
Shut up. Wait, that looks dangerous.
Oh no. But I love the way it sounds. Do you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah, it does sound good.
And like all the different sides give you a different sound depending on the style grater. I love the cheese grater.
Wait, that's actually so nice. My life flashed before my eyes when you pulled that out. I was like, you can't do that. I kind of love it.
Gotta get into it.
Oh, I love that sound. I love watching creators have like long nails.
There's one ASMR video that I will watch on repeat by It's Blitz. Shout out to her. She has a nail care video.
Oh,
I could watch that forever.
My favorite one of hers is like it's like a skincare video, but like all the jars are like they're like these beautiful, like
they're all lined up on the table.
Ooh. All right, we're back with another film friend. Hello. Thank you for filming with me today.
Of course.
Is this your first time doing ASMR?
Yeah. Yeah, it
Really?
is.
What do you know about it?
You talk like this, and it helps people sleep. It's like tingly in your ears and in your head and stuff. There's this podcast that I found on Spotify where it's this guy, he's like summarizing episodes of The Office, but he's like doing it in ASMR.
Really?
Yeah.
If you were to do some ASMR right now, what would you do?
Oh man. I think I would I don't know, like read a story or something.
Do you have a story around? Do you have any books?
No.
Let's get some mic scratches. I feel like you have a good mic for this.
Yeah.
Keep it together, man.
Okay. Let me look right in the camera as I do this.
Just a couple of buddies scratching some mics, having a good time.
Now go to sleep.
Okay, we are here with Sav. If you've been on my Twitch, you may have seen Sav before. She has been in multiple of my second channel videos, but now, oh baby, it's your big debut.
I did not think that I was gonna be nervous, but now I am. I hope you don't mind that I brought a guest with me.
A guest? Did I say you could bring a +1?
He's here. I also, please don't include this in the video, I was gonna have like water, but I filled it up with whiskey because I thought it was more aesthetic. But I'm really thirsty, so I have to take a sip of this.
Please put that in, Dennis, please put that in. I will say, just to get the people excited, is that we are going to do a Ymir and Historia cosplay.
Yes. Attack on Titan is like my first anime, and I have fallen in love in a way that I didn't know I could love a piece of media, and I feel like I've been missing out my whole life. I owe it all to you, Gibi. I'm sorry.
We and Levi will do that to you.
Because you have introduced me to media that I have fallen just in love with. I would like to introduce you to some media that I have been collecting and that is also fun. And I have these vintage books that I have been collecting for some time, and I would just like to take you on a tour.
I will sit back and let you perform, please.
Starting off with two of the first vintage books that I ever got. This guy, the author Michael McDowell, you know him, even though you probably have never heard his name. You know his work. He wrote the screenplay for Beetlejuice and Nightmare Before Christmas. But these, in the 80s, he wrote paperback horror novels. And this was one of the first ones, called Moon Over Babylon. It is so creepy. There's rivers who eat people and monsters, and it's really good. Can you hear that?
Yeah, you need to do a whole video.
I know. Old book smell. That is nice. Okay.
I think I smelled that actually through the screen.
That like musky. Okay, this is another classic that I think everyone should read. Shirley Jackson is like one of my all-time favorite authors that I love this cover. It's so like campy, like What's she doing? This is an old library copy of Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier, and I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I have only seen it written. This was recently turned into a movie on Netflix. Oh, it's getting up. It's my time to shine. My newest book that just came.
So pretty.
I am obsessed. This is the newest one. I love the hardcovers. I usually don't like hardcovers, but
We'll make an exception.
And then I'll only show a few more. One of my favorite books of all time, A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, I read that one, finally.
So good. I haven't read it in years, but I just love it, and the cover is
That's a
so
great
cool.
cover. That's a great cover.
I'm like barely doing ASMR.
This is actually so relaxing.
Oh, good. Okay.
Like,
So
I
this
personally
one-
could sit here for 40 minutes while you do this.
I have time. Nice phrase.
Okay, first of all, since you did an entire ASMR video, I'd like to thank you for that. That was beautiful.
Edit it down. Edit it in
I have
post.
no idea what editing is gonna make it, but I just want all the viewers to know that was a lovely 20-minute experience for me.
Was it 20 minutes?
Now we have a very special guest. Oh yeah, I'm doing my finger flutters. I love it. Who actually just started his very own YouTube channel, so I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Justin Barbin. I am a photographer based out of Chicago and New York City, but I travel all over the world. And because I travel so much, I decided I wanted to start capturing what I saw and what I experienced all over the world through my new YouTube channel, Boundless Barbin. But 2020 happened, and so I got stuck at home, and I have just been learning how to navigate the YouTube world. Gibi and I go way back. I knew her back in college, and so I knew her as a sorority girl. And I photographed all of the events, and that's how we got to know each other, through dance marathons and parties and formals. And Gibi had the most incredible costumes. So that was like the standout of memories that I have of her.
What's your experience with ASMR?
I knew a bit of it, but I really delved into it watching your videos. I am gonna do some ASMR based on what I know about it.
Okay, I will sit back and relax.
So I'm gonna start small, and then I'll grow this experience for you.
Okay.
So welcome. So what I have here to start, it is a wooden puzzle box. And it takes a little bit of finagling to figure out how relaxing is it.
This is so nice.
Next up, I thought I would bring along...
I know what that is.
This is what got me through the beginning of the pandemic. The physical switch has these buttons. So many hours of my life was spent pressing these. Here I have one of my old cameras. And this is actually the camera that I probably photographed you in, because this is back in your college days. This one has traveled through 6 continents with me. And again, with a button theme. It has some rings that you can dial through, turning on and off.
I'm about to fall asleep.
Okay, up next, I have a rotary telephone.
That's so cool.
And I'm picking up the phone.
That's
Hey,
so nice.
Gibi,
Hello, Justin.
what's up? I have for you a vintage typewriter from the 1940s. So I'm gonna type out a letter for you.
Oh my god, that sounds so nice.
Can you imagine having to write out like your college papers on this? And I wonder, like, in the 70 years it's been around, who's typed on this?
Oh my. I am ready for your ASMR channel.
This was a replica of my baby toy, my childhood toy.
Oh my gosh.
And I lost it, but my brother found a replica and got this for me His name is Peter the Elephant. So as you can see, his ear says crinkle. Because it crinkles. His other ear says raffle or rattle. I can't read backwards.
Oh my gosh.
And his nose has a little rattle as well. And it spins.
This is an ASMR elephant.
And a mirror.
Obviously.
To look at myself in. I love this little guy.
Wow, I am tickled.
I have one more.
The finale?
This is the finale. This requires a costume change, so 1 moment. I first wore this to the Northwestern Annual Music Festival that we call Dillo Day.
This is the best thing I've seen and heard.
So it's an audio-visual costume extravaganza.
What a fit. Oh my god. Wow.
And that is your journey with Boundless Barbin through ASMR.
I shed a tear. That was amazing.
I learned from the best.
You spoiled us all. This is another one of my friends from college. You were my sound mentor. That was my first experience on a set. I was a boom operator, and you were the sound master of that whole set. It was a good time. I learned a lot.
It was a good time. I feel like you're flattering me very much because of all that you've been able to take with sound and build so much more, whereas I kind of abandoned it to go off into a different career altogether.
Your microphone sounds amazing, so here we are.
Once you've invested so much into equipment, you have to continue to justify reasons to have it.
And things like ASMR collaborations.
You know, the fun thing about having a really low voice is I've discovered some cheap laptop microphones can't actually pick it up. We did a family Zoom call with my wife's family, and we used her computer, and it couldn't detect my voice. It could only pick up my voice when I did a very obnoxious falsetto, which I won't do because it doesn't feel very conducive to ASMR. I feel like between some experience in undergrad and a brief moment of doing a podcast in law school, I like to think that I've still been able to keep up the mic mouth skills. There's probably a better way to say that.
I do feel like law ASMR might be a genre that hasn't been tapped into yet.
I'm glad somebody would listen, because I feel like that's the sort of thing that sounds good in theory, and then you start getting things like 325-page opinions that maybe somebody wants to listen to, but I don't even think lawyers care enough to hear just the cut and dry legalese of the Fifth Circuit.
I don't know how much I would retain, but do you have anything on your desk that you can show us?
Actually, I do. I have something that I think is going to produce a handful of sounds, and that's this deck box full of Magic the Gathering cards.
Oh my god. They just sent me a huge box.
Well, it's got a few different things, because I saw that you did a video recently on lids, and it has a lid. But the great thing is, it has stuff in it. It has cards in it, in fact. If you have any Magic fans who watch your channel, they're either going to think that the sound of flicking cards and drawing cards is great, or they're going to hate it. I'm under the impression that ASMR stands for Always Sleeve Magic Rares.
Absolutely.
You've got your hand and just people sitting back there flicking their cards. So people either think that's really relaxing or really terrible, but I've given you some options there.
That was wonderful. Thank you. We are back with another friend from college. Do you remember where we first met? Were we in the same screenwriting class?
That's probably it.
Don't you think? Freshman year?
Oh gosh. I can't even think that far back at this point. It was 2013.
My memory is so bad. My college memory in particular is quite bad. I wanted to ask you about your experience with ASMR and when you first heard of it.
I go to sleep with ASMR pretty much every night at this point now.
Really?
Oh yeah. And I have to do it all dark like you did, but I don't have the perfect little cave for it like you do, so maybe this is a lunchtime one. I brought some lunch with me today.
Oh, Dad, I can't wait. Who do you watch?
I watch. Oh my god, my girl, ASMR the Chew. We email.
You do not.
I got a boyfriend of mine, a little shout out from her, and she ate a cupcake for us. And who else? I love Maria.
Queen.
Oh yeah, I'm like slowly indoctrinating, like learning Russian in my sleep because of all the like Maria videos I watch.
So I can ask you to do some ASMR right now for us.
Well, it's lunchtime here in LA. So I was at this Zoom drag brunch the other day, and we were all, you know, cheering, and we were unmuted. This one girl, we couldn't get to unmute, and she was like, if I unmuted right now, you guys would all be hearing Crab Rangoon ASMR. And I was like, secretly wanted to hear her best Crab Rangoon ASMR. So I was like, okay, for my debut, like I have to like eat some, you know, Crab Rangoon, maybe some pinches and plucks. And
this is perfect. Oh my god. Mukbangs are like so popular on YouTube now. I feel like ASMR the Chew was like one of the first. Good crunch.
What's up with you?
You know, I'm doing great. Now I'm hungry, thank you. I'm gonna go order myself some food. Throwing it all the way back to high school. Here we have one of my friends from theater. What was the first show we ever did together? Was it SOOOOOO? Were you a freshman?
No, it was nonsense. It was nonsense.
So we did a show called Nonsense, where we were all nuns, and honestly, it was my favorite show I think I ever did.
It was so good.
Now it makes no sense. Like, the jokes were already so old. That show is dead.
You were a great cat in the hat.
When did you first hear about ASMR?
You posted something that was like, I had 1 million YouTube subscribers, and I was like, what? And so then I looked it up, and I was like, oh my god.
Well, it's funny because I do feel like doing like a lot of like theater-y stuff like actually helped me a lot. Like we do a lot of like, I do a lot of like role plays and like put like essentially pretending at a camera, light acting. So it's really helpful.
Some light acting.
Some light acting, a little sprinkle. I've been practicing for this my whole life. Making a fool of myself in public. It's a lot easier to make a fool of yourself in your own bedroom in front of a camera. So now it's your turn. I'm taking a break today. And I would like for you to do any form of ASMR you'd like. Grab anything from around the room, tell us a story, do a role play, scratch the carpet. I don't know, like the world is your oyster.
During the pandemic, the thing that I got into was Dungeons and Dragons. So now I'm like a giant role-playing nerd. And it's like if I had Dungeons and Dragons when I was like in middle school or high school, I would be a completely different person. Like, how did I not play this? So I have dice here, which is like a really soothing sound to me when I like watch, because like I listen to all the podcasts and YouTube stuff for D&D. Like, I almost feel like ASMR playing Dungeons and Dragons would be so good.
It's been on my wish list for so long. The thing is that I really want to do it in person. What's the best like D&D story or podcast to get into?
Well, the first one I got into was the Adventure Zone. Shout out to the McAvoys. I feel like rolling a dice might be too much stuff, too much sound.
You got it. You know.
If you ask me about the rules of Dungeons and Dragons, I have no clue whatsoever. But I'm like, yes, I'll be a character. I'll be whatever you want.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you so so much for doing ASMR for me.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun.
All right, we are going back to college with one of my friends from my Japanese 101 class, which I actually ended up dropping.
Same.
Oh, good. I think I was a senior when you were a freshman, right?
Oh gosh, yeah, you really helped me out first quarter, and then I failed third quarter. Shiojima sensei was she kind of gave up on me.
The funniest thing was I went to Japan, and so I missed like our first midterm or something, and she's like, you can't make it up. I'm like, I'm missing it because I'm in Japan. And she was like, don't care. And I was like, well, I guess I'm dropping the class. I want to ask you what you have been up to in terms of ASMR. Have you heard of it before? You kind of sound like you're like ready to go.
I actually, I started listening to ASMR 3 years ago.
Wow.
I was a big fan of Sophia Nygaard, and I saw your video with her. And I kept looking at you, and I'm like, okay, she looks familiar. I looked at your channel, and I'm like, I know that Raven cosplay. So I reached out to you, and I had to be like, Are you on YouTube?
That is so funny. I forgot it was from the Sophia video, which was so much fun to shoot. That was wild because I was a huge fan too. So
That's
it was
gotta be
awesome.
crazy.
It was very crazy. It was so much fun though. She's the sweetest.
Yeah, like at first I didn't think it was for me. Like I just kind of thought it was just a fun little thing that, you know, just people liked. And then I got into the roleplay ASMRs.
My favorite.
Like Goodnight Moon, like blows my mind. Between her, you, and Amy K, like you guys have helped so much with my anxiety. Like it's wonderful.
I guess I'm not surprised at all that you listen to Goodnight Moon and Amy K. It's totally up your alley. They do like a lot of like the fantasy stuff and just like really immersive, like beautiful worlds.
I've been obsessed with the Zelda ones that Amy's been doing, and then Goodnight Moon's celebrity assistant ones.
Oh my god. So
honestly, good. I'm very much not the sort of sassy socialite type, but it's fun to pretend, and it's
you're preaching to the choir. You're preaching to the choir. I would love to see what you have for us today.
So I have my 2 favorite pins from my pin collection. The first one is my IPRE pin from the Adventure Zone, and I use this for my Loop cosplay, so it is very much proudly on my sewing bag. And then my other one, which I think I can kind of tap on a little bit.
Yes.
This is my Dimitri pin. Dimitri is from Fire Emblem 3 Houses. The top one here is his time skip form. And then here is his little plucky little youth self. My roommate got this for me for my birthday because I will not shut up about Fire Emblem and Dimitri.
That is awesome. Oh my gosh, I love that. Thank you so much. We'll have to hang out at an anime convention when they come back.
Oh my gosh, I miss it.
I'm so sad. Thank you so much for filming. This was adorable. I loved it. Your contributions to this video are immeasurable. Going farther back, this is one of my friends from elementary school, and we went to one of those schools where you started in kindergarten and went all the way to 8th grade. We were just saying that we literally cannot believe how the time has flown. I feel so old.
So old.
But I'm excited.
So old.
I'm excited to catch up. When did you hear about ASMR, and do you listen to it?
I heard about it from you.
Oh.
You were the first person that I saw, and I watched your original video that kind of introduces it, talks about it, what it is. It was a great intro video.
Yes.
And I actually showed all my family and all my friends. I'm not kidding. And I was like, I know this girl. She is amazing. She is a part of this really cool community. I showed my parents a video and they're like, no way, this is amazing. This is so cool. And I've watched a lot of your videos. I've watched other people's videos, and that's kind of just how and it's probably only been about a year that I've learned about ASMR, so not long. I feel like everyone who's interested in it, learns about it, can relate to it. So that's how I learned about it.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
Yes.
That is so funny. I'm always I don't know why I'm surprised, but I am surprised. Like when people like in my real life, they're like, oh yeah, we know. And I'm like, I'm glad that my educational video actually did something. Have you ever tried to do ASMR yourself?
Not really, no.
Are you ready?
I'm
ready to try?
I'm ready.
Right
yes,
now
I'm ready to
on
try.
my channel.
Yes.
Everyone's
I'm
gonna
ready to
see
try.
it. I will sit back and relax. This is not my job today.
Well, we're going to take a moment.
Oh.
We're going to focus in this very moment. When I think of ASMR, I kind of think of it as a form of meditation, just kind of centering yourself, bringing yourself to this moment. And I will use my lovely glasses case to try a little bit. We'll try some different textures because it's my first time. Try my water bottle. Why not? A little bit of a higher pitch sound. Lastly, we will try this lovely Easter card and see if that does anything different. So obviously I'm learning, but one thing I've always been told is I have a calming voice, and I feel like that's a huge part of the ASMR community, is being able to have that tranquility, calmness, and that's my best try at ASMR.
I am not
Thank
kidding.
you.
That was so
Thank you.
good. You do have the best one. Now I'm gonna be upset if you don't make a channel. Oh, whew, it is getting late into the night. I have got my glass full. We have been joined by another friend all the way back elementary school, high school. I haven't talked to you in so long.
Hello.
Hi.
It's good to see you.
It's good.
I missed you.
I missed you. So, since this is an ASMR video, I want to know, what do you know about ASMR?
There's a lot of soft speaking and certain noises. I don't know much.
Have you watched any videos?
I have watched a few. There's certain noises like tapping and the whispering and like when you like that stuff.
Yeah. That's nice. That's kind of pleasant, right? You wouldn't mind doing a little ASMR for us right now, right?
I'll give it my best shot. I hope I don't offend your viewers. I'm sorry if I do.
This headset mic is so fun.
I feel like I'm in a spaceship with these nice headphones.
I think you're the first person to do ASMR with a headset mic.
Okay, I'll give it my best shot, so.
Okay. Wait, it's actually good.
Oh, good. I'm bringing in the money, I can feel it. That's about all I've got. I hope I get an A for effort.
A+, actually.
Thank you.
I feel like, why have I never done that?
Oh, it's nice. It's nice.
You just introduced a new trigger.
It's a new trigger.
This was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Of course.
All right. This lovely lady has joined us for the next portion. I actually met you through one of Ben's friends. You're dating one of Ben's friends.
Yes.
And I was so happy to meet you because we clicked like this. She is so fun at parties. And when I moved, you took my piano, right?
I did.
Have you been playing any?
Yes, I did.
You also sing so well, and I'm still waiting for your Twitch channel.
Oh.
What happened to that, huh? Where's your Twitch channel?
I don't know. I'll try.
Where'd it go? You sing like an angel, and the world needs to hear it. You must.
Girl.
What do you know about ASMR?
I know Gina. I know
Was I the
Ben now.
first?
I saw Ben doing the Dr. Ben.
Was
I
he
watched
good?
the whole video.
You did? He did not want to do that?
I'm so confused.
Oh, I can tell.
But I think he does a great job. He has
did
a good voice.
job. Yeah, he does.
Would you ever do a role play video, like where you're acting in front of the camera?
Oh, I've never thought about it.
You could do it right now. I will make you do that.
Please don't.
It's getting later in the night, you know. Your significant other told me that you wanted to eat on camera for this video. Is that true?
Yeah.
Do you watch mukbangs?
I do.
You do? Okay. I feel like that's like the cousin of ASMR.
Yeah, a lot of sound.
A lot of sound, a ton of sound. And like, it's almost like you're like also eating the food that they're eating.
Exactly.
That's why, like, with ASMR, if somebody's like pretending to give you a scalp massage, you can like pretend, you know.
True.
Would you like to do some ASMR for us today?
Sure.
I would like.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
First, I have my box of Haribo. This is my favorite snack.
You have a whole box.
I do. This is like my daily packs. This is lemon taste. Can you hear it? Yeah. Oh, it's so good. Wow. Yeah, so that's all I prepared.
You could do some tapping on the box.
Oh.
You have piano fingers.
Piano finger.
That's nice. Thank you so much for sharing your ASMR gift with us. Last but certainly not least, two of my favorite people on the planet have joined me. These are two of my friends from college way back in the day when I was fun, and they are in love, and I love them. I'm very excited to film with you guys. Thank you for joining me in my ASMR video today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you know about ASMR?
Well, the first time Gina, I don't know if I ever told you the story, but the first time I found your YouTube channel, I thought you had lost your voice. And I thought, why on earth is she uploading this video when she doesn't have a voice?
I actually have like a long relationship with ASMR. I actually remember the first time I ever got the tingles. I was 3. We were just playing with some like Matchbox cars, and I got that feeling. I didn't know there was a word for it, and I always liked that feeling. I didn't know anything about it, and then you started making the videos, and I was like, oh, this is a thing that other people have. You know, occasionally when I'm stressed, I will watch some videos to help me go to sleep. But
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I have like so many memories from when I was a kid, like feeling that like same thing. That was so weird. I figured it out in high school. Like I read like a whole like Wikipedia page on it, and I was like, no way. So basically my whole day has been recruiting new ASMR creators. I made Ben do an ASMR video yesterday. He did great.
Ben was great in the B movie.
I loved the B movie. I loved Ben. I feel like he really brought something to the role.
Why is yogurt night so difficult?
He actually kind of popped off. I'm like, see, you do have it in you. I really want to see you guys do some ASMR because I'm off duty today, so it's all up to you guys. You can do some beard scratching ASMR.
Oh my god, can I do your version?
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. That's nice.
My mind is blank. I can't think of anything else to say.
It's hard to do it on the spot. Imagine you're alone in a room just with the camera pointed at you and you're just supposed to talk to it.
You're reenacting the B movie.
You just got stung by a bee. For a reason, I had to take the
stinger out of her hand.
It was the day before he proposed, but the bee stung my other hand. So this hand.
What if it stung you in the ring hand?
Yeah, thank God. This hand was fine. This hand was swollen like crazy.
Guys, thank you so much. I won't make you do any more ASMR. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being you're actually our finale, our grand finale. I'm going to have everybody start telling a bedtime story. So I figured, since you're my first call of the day, that you could start the story off. Just like 1 or 2 sentences, super easy. I'm guessing you can start with once upon a time, but I'm gonna make the next person add on to it until we have a whole story. You're gonna start the whole story, no pressure.
Psh, pressure. Once upon a time,
there was a little mouse.
The little mouse was on a quest to find the best cheese he could.
The little mouse found his best friend, the cat, to join him on his quest.
Together they knew they would have to travel far, across the Isle of Gouda, swim across the Pimento Sea, and then wade through the stinky cheddar swamp.
But what they didn't know was there's a terrifying villain, the big hunk of stinking Limburger cheese.
The big hunk of Limburger cheese was never loved as a child, and that is why he's here today to catch this mouse and this cat.
The mouse bravely withdrew his sharp cheddar sword.
And right before he plunged his sword into Limburger's chest, he saw, deep in his eyes, his father.
Charleston, Limburger whispered, as Charleston the mouse paused in mid-air, his mouth agape. A tear started rolling down his cheek as he slowly lowered his knife.
"Look out," cried Skimbleshanks the cat as Limburger's associates rushed into the room.
The cat, Skimbleshanks, looked to the mouse and said, "You have a choice. You can either lay down your sword and become friends with this stinky cheese man, or we could devour him in one gulp."
Charles gravely turned to Skimbleshanks, a glint in his eyes as he said, "I choose violence." Charles takes out his cheddar sword, slashes away at the stinky cheese, and creates a charcuterie board. Charleston and Skimbleshanks decided to make their defeat the next delectable and most delicious and divine feast they've ever had.
Although the meal was fit for a king, Charles felt like absolute garbage because he was eating the person who gave life to him, and now he had to live with himself for putting himself first.
After Charles' father died, he started feeling so empty and guilty. Then he wandered off to the forest, and no one could find him ever again.
If you give a mouse some cheese, he may kill his father and create a new villain.
They say Skimbleshanks is still circling the swamp, praying for his next charcuterie capture. The end.
Good night.